butt, Panda. Let's talk about male bodies. Everything starts with a sketch, and here's the sketch that these guys were based off of. Hey, Dad. Oh. He's not here. The subject triggers me so much because the male body can be so beautiful. I love superheroes. I love freaking action poses. I love making muscly dudes and right? I love my dudes like I love my milk. Chunky. Whenever I would draw it, it would be like, it would turn out to be either really stiff or something so bad that if I showed it to my mom, she would like vomit all over the paper and tell me that I'm adopted or something. So I'm gonna show you something, okay? All right, now you take a sip of water. Don't do drugs, kids. Oh my God. Number one is, you're gonna grab it like a weird T-Rex, both hands, there we go, and then you're gonna draw a squiggly line. Beautiful. Now that you have your line, you know exactly how tall your character is gonna be. Well, that's not true because we're gonna make him taller. Can we just stop here? This is the point where I feel like it's as good as it's gonna get, and I'm just gonna ruin the drawing from here on out. We're gonna start by dividing the freaking piece of paper in half, or the line in half. From that point, you have your legs, and then you have the rest of all that crap that goes on top of your legs. Nobody cares about that stuff. We just like the legs. I'm going to create a little bit of a rectangle on top of this. It goes on the top of this line, right? Now, the thing with this rectangle is the width is going to be the same on the top and the bottom, but it's going to be curved inward just a little bit. It kind of looks like a little flour sack thing. You seen those in animation? I see those all the time in like animation classes and stuff. Now we're gonna just draw a little bit of a head. Again, super potato shape. I love me some potatoes. Not to eat, but to draw. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Oh, this is where I get excited. So we're going to make like a little line coming from here and then a little squiggly down towards the bottom where the end of that line is, right? Woo, there we go. All right, this maybe is a little bit too big, whatever. This is one of those erasers that it kind of powders. So this is the cool part, ready? Oh wait, no, not the cool part yet. Here's the not cool part yet that's almost the cool part, but not quite yet. We're gonna draw another line that goes down to this halfway mark that we put right here. All right, now check this out. This is so cool. Okay, now we're gonna draw like little blobby things right here, and those are gonna be the hands. Okay, we're gonna make one line going to the end of that rectangle, and then another line connecting so that it's, you know, give a little bit of a width for the arm, right? We're gonna do that to the other side. Pizza is the pizza. All right, now we're going to do this. We're gonna just create a little triangle right here. Boom, done. Now what we're gonna do is the same thing, but for the legs. So we're gonna create this thing, but with no definition at all. Boom, got him. Now we can draw little triangles for the feet. Oh my gosh, look at his feet. They hold up its body. Divide these legs in half. Whoop, whoop. There's the knees. Now here comes the really cool part. Not the cool part yet. Ah, we're almost at the cool part. Here we go. We're gonna divide the arms in half. That becomes the elbows. Divide the arms in half one more time. Boom, that becomes the shoulder muscles. And then look, you got, okay. It's a good proportion. But we don't have any muscles or anything yet. So we're gonna do the little basic shapes, but then here, watch. Okay, we gotta make him looking a little bit more like a human and less like a little stick man. So here's what we're gonna do to make it look like he's got a little bit of muscle. I'm not gonna go through like each individual like little detail muscle thing, but I am gonna create the shape that goes along with all of the muscles so that you can build your character around it, okay? So we're not going to get into the little tiny, you know, micro muscles and the subsystems of the things, but we're going to make a really cool guy. What I like to do is I will start with the legs, my legs, and then I will just draw like little guides right here to remind me that the knees are going to be a little bit skinnier, okay? Now, what I can do is bump out the legs just a little bit, and notice that there's like a little indent here, okay? That's very, very important. The next thing is, it does the complete opposite on the inside of the leg, okay? It goes out at the bottom, and then comes back in, and boom, whoa, look, it's the thigh, okay? And we can do that on the other side, so it comes out, and then in, out, in, whatever, let's just move on from that. Now what we can do is the calves. Now watch this. This is a really cool thing for the calves. Ready? On the outside, it's like make sure that there's like a little place for the knee. On the outside, it's like a little drumstick shape, but on the inside, it goes like super skinny, and then comes out and then back in. Yeah, this is super exaggerated, and it's kind of like almost like superhero anatomy or whatever shapes, but who cares? I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and that's the way we're gonna do it. And then we could do that on the other side. It's like a drumstick, but it's like skinny on the inside. Now, last thing, if you want the feet tutorial, I have the feet tutorial. I'm not gonna go through the feet right now, but we'll just pretend like you have watched the feet tutorial, even though everybody knows that you just skip through it and watch like 3 seconds of it. But that's okay, I believe you. Then for the knees, you just do some like little wrinkly lines, and then boom, it's like, whoa, look, those knees are a little bit more realistic than trying to draw like the kneecap instead. Well, yeah, because I just scribbled. Seriously, I don't know what to do, so I just scribbled. But look, it looks good, okay? The last thing is you can add this little on this part, and that will look like he's got muscles on his things. Yeah, if not, well then, you know, cable television. Now, here's the other cool part. This part is going to be triangles. So we're going to make his forearms into triangles. Keep these the little cylinders, and then bump out the shoulders. Like that, right? Now, watch this. Ready? Right where would be the armpit. Right where the armpit is, where the arm meets the torso, we're going to make 2 little indenty lines right here. Check this out. Ready? Then we just bring it in. And then when we do like a line on the inside, boom, there's the pecs. Actually, we can bring it down if you want a little bit. I don't care. Sometimes like you'll draw something, you'll be like, I don't really like it that much. I want to fix a little bit. We'll fix it. You know, that's what we have drawing stuff for. Last thing is you can add some little squiggles to the side of the torso. You know, nobody's concerned about real anatomy, so we're just going to pretend like we know our stuff and just squiggle it up. And then the last thing is, so notice that where the elbows are, which happens to be halfway between the bottom and the top of that rectangle, where the elbows are, that's where the thinnest point of the torso is, okay? And just below that is a little belly button, okay? Now, the last thing, besides like little collarbones right here that kind of point towards the shoulders, we can do like a little sloping line to indicate. Oh my God, he said indicate he's a Mark Curly fan. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, fangirling. No, we're so over that. He's 2025 right now. He's above us all. Okay, so here's the cool part with the abs. Ready? No, we can't do the abs yet. We got to do this part first. So this is the basic shape of the triangle things. So what we're going to do is we're going to just smooth it out so that it connects. So that it doesn't have that like sharp line. Good enough, right? Then, if you watched my hand tutorial, you know exactly what I'm doing with this. You're like, oh my gosh, you use those hands so much. Well, yeah, you know why I use them so much? Because they're freaking easy, okay? And I don't have to think about doing hands because hands trigger me, okay? Except I drew it too big, so now I gotta redo it. Oh my gosh, Andrew, you're not using guidelines. It doesn't look... Who cares? I don't care about you. I don't care about you or you. It still looks too big. Maybe I do care a little bit. All right, now we can erase those middle parts on the... whatever it's called, the arms. Now look, it's not like, okay, we're not going over anatomy, we're not going over like these crazy muscle groups, right? We don't care about that stuff. What we do care about is getting the overall shapes so that if we wanted to put clothes or a costume or armor or whatever on this guy, we have a pretty freaking awesome base to start with, okay? And I would say that this base is good enough that if you wanted to do something skin tight or show off some of his muscles, like have a shirtless dude or whatever, or like, put shorts on him and show like, the definition of his calves or whatever, that would actually work. Because the proportions of the little lumps, like with the shoulders and the forearms and all that stuff, oh, I hate it when that happens. You know what? So this thing came out of my pencil, but you know what? We don't care about doing expensive art supplies, so we're just going to keep this little party pencil, and we're going to keep it in there, and we're going to try to use it for the rest of the drawing. All right, so Oh, that's actually really hard to do. Last thing is, and this is probably the really cool part, we can make a little V for this. We want to do some cool abs, right? So what I like to do is I like to just do some like squigglies and kind of like almost like a random thing, and then do these almost like where the rib cage things would go. And then look, you don't actually have to know the anatomy for this part. You just pretend like you do. And then guess what? Now it looks like he's got freaking muscles, man. Who taught you how to do muscles? Nobody. They're not muscles, they're squiggles. You just do some to the outside of the belly button, and then some going kind of in the middle, and then some like on the outsides. That's like... Okay, so here's... one sec. I'm gonna take this colored pencil, and then I caught it. I'm going to go over the basic shapes, and then at the end of the, well, let's just do this part first. We divided it in half, so this would be about half, right? This part was divided in half. That's mainly the only thing that you need to understand as far as the body proportions go. It's the rectangle, and then other stuff. Whenever I would, it would be like, it would turn out to be either really or something so bad that if I showed it to my mom, she would like all over the paper and tell me that I'm a